Welcome to Aswan. We have one day of adventures here in this southernmost city in Egypt, and we are headed out with Jed one last time to explore everything there is to see tourist-wise for one day in Aswan.
We're Adam and Abby. Together, we are Travel with a Team. At the end of 2020, we quit our jobs to travel full time. We started in Hawaii, explored the Great West in an RV, and took on Alaska, the last frontier. Subscribe to our channel to follow our adventures around the world.
We are staying on Elephantine Island, which is a really big island in the middle of the Nile. So to get over to kind of the main city center where we're getting picked up, we have to get on a very short ferry. We're already running late, so we gotta go.
Our first stop in Aswan is the High Aswan Dam, which used to be the biggest dam in the world. It was built between 1960 and 1970 and created Lake Nasser, where we saw Abu Simbel the other night, and it is massive. It is something like 4 kilometers across, so like 2.5 miles almost. It is crazy big. Time for our second stop, the Philae Temple. This temple is actually on an island, so we have to take yet another boat to cross to get to the temple. The inner temple behind us is actually a birthing temple. But essentially, Isis, who was one of the most famous gods, gave birth to Horus here. It's actually a similar legend compared with the Immaculate Conception in both Christianity and Islamic culture. There's actually a complex of temples here. When they built the High Dam, it flooded a number of the temples that were in the surrounding area, so they moved the ones that they were able to recreate a complex of sorts. Over here is the island that they moved the main temple from. Well, this wraps up our last temple. We have more exploring to do today. We get to go to a quarry and to see the unfinished obelisk, but it's kind of sad. Back to the boat. We are at our last stop of the day, the quarry, where there is also the unfinished obelisk.
I love seeing how this was all done. Like, I can see right here, there's chisel marks from where they cut something, some temple entrance, some statue, some obelisk somewhere They chiseled it from right here. And it's just so cool to see the start to finish of all of this. And know that, like, this is not built by ancient aliens, y'all. This is not aliens. This is people. But in all seriousness, it's really awesome. And also there's no one here, which is our favorite thing.
This is the unfinished obelisk.
Dun, dun, dun.
So really, it's massive. It is freaking huge.
Which is why it's unfinished. Obelisk real talk. Just kidding. There is an obelisk in the background, and seeing this is just like a really cool way to end our Egyptian history portion of our Egypt trip. We've been history buffs, Egyptian history buffs, the entire time we've been here.
We have seen just about every temple you can see. That's actually not true. There's
No,
literally
like
hundreds of
more.
them. But we've seen all of the major ones, from Luxor to Aswan to Abu Simbel, and of course the pyramids.
As for Aswan, these three things we did today are really your top three.
The Aswan High Dam, the Philae Temple, I think it's pronounced different,
But
and the unfinished obelisk.
thank you so much for joining us for our Aswan video. But we're not done in Egypt. Just because our history portion is done does not mean that we are leaving Egypt. Because what kind of scuba divers would we be if we didn't dive the Red Sea?
We are headed next to Marsa Alam.
And we are hitting the water, y'all. It's supposed to be incredible diving. So we are shifting from history, feeling like we're Indiana Jones, to
Diving!
back to David Attenborough. So, thank you for joining us for our history portion. And now, to join us for our diving portion, you should hit that subscribe button and you can go under the sea with us. See you there.